He arrived with a passport, heavy from stamps, a phone worth more than most people's yearly salary, and a look that said the world had always bent to him. His name barely mattered at first. What mattered was what he represented. A Russian kid born into money so old and so deep, it felt endless. Private schools, chauffeurs, ski trips that cost more than houses. A life where inconvenience was something other people dealt with. When he landed in the Philippines, it wasn't supposed to mean anything. 1 year, that was the plan. A gap year. A break from the cold, from expectations, from a family business waiting patiently for him back home. His parents saw it as harmless. Sun, beaches, cheap living, a safe place to find himself before returning to real life. He saw it as an adventure, or maybe a playground. The first weeks were exactly what you'd expect. A luxury condo in Manila with a view of the city lights. Nightclubs in BGC where the music never seemed to stop. Expensive bottles ordered without looking at the price. Influencers, models, expats who treated him like a walking wallet with a foreign accent. He documented everything. Stories, reels, smiling selfies with captions about island life and living free. But the Philippines has a way of slowly peeling people open. Not all at once. Not dramatically. Quietly. It started with the heat. Not the kind you complain about for a day, but the kind that follows you everywhere. The kind that humbles you. Air conditioning broke one afternoon in his condo. Repairs took days. For the first time, money didn't solve a problem instantly. He sweated through nights, annoyed, irritated, snapping at people on the phone. This wasn't supposed to happen. Then came traffic. Hours stuck on EDSA, watching people weave between cars selling bottled water, peanuts, phone chargers, kids tapping on windows with hopeful eyes. At first he ignored them, turned his music up, looked away. He'd seen poverty before, technically, through car windows in other countries. This felt different. It was closer, persistent, unavoidable. One evening, his driver called in sick. A local friend suggested they just commute. Jeepney, MRT. It's part of the experience, the friend said, laughing. He resisted, then agreed, mostly to prove he could handle it. That day changed something. The jeepney was crowded, loud, painted in wild colors, decorated with stickers, religious icons, mirrors catching light at strange angles. People pressed close. Sweat. Laughter. Someone offered him space without being asked. Another person helped him pass his fare forward. No one cared who he was. No one knew his last name. No one asked what phone he used. He was just another body trying to get home. When they got off, a sudden rain poured down, heavy and warm. People ran. Others didn't. A street vendor pulled a tarp over her stall and smiled at him like this was the most normal thing in the world. He stood there, soaked, laughing despite himself. He posted nothing that day. Weeks turned into months. His nightlife slowed. The clubs felt repetitive. The conversations shallow. He started traveling outside the city. Cebu, Siargao, a small town in Leyte where his friend's family lived. No luxury condos there, just concrete houses, tin roofs, roosters announcing mornings like alarms no one could turn off. The family welcomed him like he'd always been expected. No ceremony, no fuss. A mattress on the floor, shared meals, rice every day, fish, vegetables, simple food cooked with care. He offered to pay for groceries and was gently refused. "You're our guest," they said. "That's enough," It confused him. Back home, generosity always came with strings. Here it seemed to come naturally. He woke up early because everyone else did. Helped carry water. Learned how to wash clothes by hand. His fingers blistered. He complained once, quietly, ashamed. A teenage cousin laughed and showed him how to do it properly. In the afternoons, the power went out. No internet, no aircon, just conversations. Stories about work, dreams, frustrations, jokes told in half English, half Tagalog. He didn't understand everything, but he understood enough. People worked hard here, really hard, not for luxury, for survival, for family, for tomorrow. One night, a storm hit. Rain hammered the roof so loudly it drowned out voices. Water crept into the house. Everyone moved together without panic, lifting furniture, blocking doors, laughing through it. He stood there, useless at first, then followed instructions. When it was over, soaked and exhausted, someone handed him a towel and a cup of instant coffee. He realized something that night. No one was pretending. No one was performing happiness for social media. Life here was difficult, but it was real. Back in Manila, his old lifestyle felt hollow. He sold a watch, then another. Not because he needed the money, but because he didn't need the things anymore. He started volunteering quietly, teaching basic English at a local community center, helping with feeding programs, carrying boxes, sweeping floors. At first, he felt awkward, out of place, like an imposter playing normal life. But the kids didn't care. They laughed at his accent, asked him about snow, about Russia, about whether bears really walked the streets. He laughed with them. He stopped posting luxury content. His followers noticed. Comments asked where the parties went, where the flashy lifestyle disappeared to. He didn't answer. Physically, he changed. Weight dropped. Muscles replaced soft indulgence. Sun darkened his skin. His posture shifted. Shoulders less tense. Eyes more awake. Mentally, the change ran deeper. He learned patience. Things took time here. Paperwork, repairs, promises. You waited or you adapted. Anger didn't help. Respect did. He learned humility. People with far less than him gave far more of themselves. He learned gratitude. For food, for health, for laughter during brownouts and broken plans. Near the end of the year, he returned to the same airport he'd arrived at. But he wasn't the same person stepping through it. His clothes were simpler, his phone older, his silence heavier. Friends back home didn't recognize him at first. They joked about the vacation phase, expected it to pass. It didn't. He spoke differently now, less about money, more about people, about values, about how a place thousands of kilometers away stripped him of entitlement and handed him perspective instead. The Philippines didn't make him poor. It made him rich in a way he'd never experienced. Rich in patience, in empathy, in understanding what actually matters when comfort disappears. 1 year. That was all it took. Not because the Philippines is magical, but because it's honest. It doesn't care who you are or where you come from. It meets you where you stand and asks one simple question. Who are you without your privileges? For a spoiled rich kid from Russia, the answer changed everything.